107.5, The Game Podcasting, is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
There's a lot of different ways to look at this LSU game. On the one hand, is it about what people thought, if you will. A 10-point loss on the road, 9.5-point spread, hit the under, which everybody figured was the right way to go. At the same time, LSU turned the ball over twice inside, 3, if you want to look at it that way. But they were good plays. You forced Nussmeier to make a mistake on the pick. Mikael Goodwine had a nice punch out on that ball with a fumble. So you can call it good defense at the same time. And once again, to my point, you see promise from Carolina get met with mistakes and inconsistency. And for a variety of reasons, that seems to be this year's team and this year's theme, if you will. And that's obviously not good. Bad. Committed 13 penalties on the road. Remember, at Missouri, I think it was 14. And also amounted to basically a same kind of game. Good. You had over 250 rushing yards. Now, a net of about 190 with sack losses, which count against the rush totals in college football, stupidly, but that's a rule they haven't changed. But you average 4.3 yards per carry on the ground, on the road, against a really good defense. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. Bad. Again, 5 sacks. Both on the line and with Lenoris, still wanting, as we've said many times this year, taking sacks for good reasons. But taking sacks are bad. Good. You won the turnover battle again, and this time on the road. You did that against Missouri as well. And you figure for this football team, if they win the turnover battle on the road, it can average better than 4 yards a carry. You're right there. But you couldn't get anything going. And we're still not exactly 100% on why Matthew Fuller wasn't in the game more after what we thought was a pretty good first half from him. At first, I thought he was hurt. Not really sure exactly what's going on there. We'll have more from Coach Beamer tomorrow exactly as to what the plan for Matthew Fuller is moving forward. But at some point, this team, if it's going to do anything close to last season, which I know for many of you now seems to just be something that's a fading hope, you got to put together a complete game against a good team, whether it's at Williams-Brice or whether it's on the road. And you haven't done that yet. You did not put together, well, you did it against Kentucky, but they were overmatched. But against the better competition you've seen this year in your building, Vanderbilt, some of that complete game wasn't necessarily your fault when your star goes down. Missouri, not complete. Saturday night, not complete. And here you sit at 3-3 and 1-3 in the league. Lonnie Teasley has been fired as South Carolina's offensive line coach effective immediately. Sean Elliott will take over. Sean, of course, had a tremendous run as offensive line coach under Steve Spurrier and has been run game coordinator, but has not really been able to fully implement a lot of what he does from an offensive line perspective, whether that's coaching, teaching, and I blend those two. They're not always completely synonymous, but whatever's not happening, Terry, we've talked about this a bunch. You had to do something. You had to do something to try and affect positive change for the second half of the season. This 3-3 does not feel like last season's 3-3. They both 3-3s had interesting moments of injury or poor execution, some dumb luck here and there kind of things, all of it kind of thrown into the old Deuce Staley pot of gumbo. But it also felt like, for whatever reason, last year's final stretch of games felt more manageable than this one does. Doesn't mean this one isn't, or that you can't still accomplish something. I feel like for where this team is right now, a 6-game win streak does not feel in the offing. I mean, we could all be wrong.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'll be wrong.
Hopefully we're wrong.
But with games still against a much improved Alabama team, against a very dangerous Mississippi team in their place, and in front of 100,000. I mean, you play again. You play like you did on the road against Missouri and LSU, and you go to Oxford and College Station.